Welcome back to another Fair Shake Review. This time we're going to be talking about Royce the 5'9", Book of Ryan. And let me just say, if you dig you some hip-hop, I can tell you right off the bat, check this mug out. If you dig lyricism, check this mug out. If you dig real talk and really being in the journey with people's life experiences, check this mug out. Book of Ryan is a project that Royce the 5'9" himself has said that is like his life's work. It's really capturing everything that made Ryan, or Royce the 5'9", Ryan. Yeah. I know that may sound confusing, but you get what I mean after you check it out. But anyway, so Mug has such nice varied production. I mean, it definitely has a strong hip-hop base, but it does go a little bit up the spectrum of what that hip-hop sound can have. So you got your sample beats, you got your more trap like beats, you got your club stuff, and you got your more atmospheric, moody kind of tracks as well. Dopeness all throughout it. And if you haven't listened to Royce before, the way he rhymes is a very smooth style that is very punchline heavy. There's a lot of really cool technical aspects to it as well with the rhyme schemes, but it's also poetic at times, where it doesn't even seem like he's rhyming anymore, and he's really just kind of almost talking to you. It's a conversational, or just loose with the way the poetic nature of it is just kind of more loose, where you know it sounds like he's talking to you, but you find out, oh no, he is still rhyming at the moment. It's just not as rigid as your typical rap style, and he switches between these two different modes very well. And even a little bit on this album, he gets a little bit of singing in there, which I've never heard Royce really sing before like that. And I gotta say, his voice actually sounded really good on a lot of tracks. There's some points where it sounds like, oh, maybe he shouldn't have tried so hard to sing this part, but then you're just like, you know what, actually I think there's a little bit of charm to it. Even though it's not 100% perfect, it's not bad singing. So yeah, so the intro really just gets you set up for what's to come and the experience you're about to go through with the whole journey. And you know, thinking you know, God, just to be alive and to go through the experiences that he has to become the man that he is. And so Woke just once Woke comes in, it really is like that hit, that knockout punch, because this mug is like definitely like a headbanger, and it really sets the tone off really great. So my parallel just kind of goes into, you know, there hasn't been a whole lot of things growing up that really captured his experiences growing up here in America. And so then it goes into Caterpillar, talking about kind of the state of hip-hop being one of the best, but also not wanting to put down basically the young rappers who are in the game that may hate what the Butterfly, you know, such as the vets are, you know, these days. And so, you know, it's just like, show me some respect and I show the same to you. And it's just kind of really harkens back to the theme of To Pimp a Butterfly by Kendrick. And this is coming more from the state of mind of the butterfly, who, you know, is trying not to look down on the caterpillars out in you know, the rap game. But this also has an Eminem feature where he has a little bit more scathing approach to it, but he actually like kills this verse. And if you get the bonus track version, the very last track is Caterpillar, the remix, which has Royce's original verses, but then you get Logic talking about what he thinks about hip hop and what it means to him and to what it should mean to society, and then he even goes a little bit on how people view himself as kind of one who's in that metamorphosis and from being a caterpillar to becoming a butterfly in this game, and talking about the whole I try not to really make the whole race thing a huge thing, even though it's become the meme that I always bring it up. But he, just like he's stated in interviews, he brings up the fact that if I never talked about how I actually am black, since I do look just white, and people finally realize, oh, I'm mixed, why are you ashamed of being black? So that's why he always puts forward to people in interviews and in a few songs that he is biracial. So really cool, and just talking about being accepted and how hip hop actually should accept everyone, and just as it has in the past. So now going into Godspeed, man. Godspeed to Dumb, and it's just like, it's so mad nice. Just the spitting on here is like ill, and then like Dumb really going deep into what it's like dealing with the industry itself, and the things that it can put you through, and that's really dumb, and and the things that they expect from you is dumb. But mad ill, good feature from Boogie on that mug too, because he does like the singing, and he's got a rap verse on there, and he kind of goes hard on that mug. And if I believe correctly, Boogie's one of the newer signees on Shady too. So yeah. And then what's really cool about this project is that it's actually kind of cinematic, and so there's a few different skits in here that really tie in different songs themes together, and Who Are You is one of those, is a great way to set up kind of what's going to follow throughout the rest of the project. And talking, it starts off with Royce talking to his father, and wanting to understand what it was like, trying to raise him, being that he was an addict and was abusive, and then it's just like him having this dream of him being able to ask all these deep personal questions that he never really got to ask. But then there's a moment where it switches, and he's actually now in front of his own son, and his son is asking all these questions to really understand who Royce is, since his son wanted to write a paper on him because he inspires him. But the thing is, his son doesn't necessarily feel like he knows everything about him, since Royce has heavily been involved with his music career instead of being there all the time as a father. So that's why you end up start going through, seeing how the relationship with Royce's own father was like, influences how he is as a father to his son. It's really cool. So Cocaine is one of those songs that he was singing a little bit more on, and it was really good, and just talking about the past that Royce's father had with cocaine, and the abuse that came along with it in the household, and it's really dope. Good thing is, father does end up leaving the cane behind, which he notes is something that was for the better, and he appreciates the change that his father made for his family. And Life is Fair is a really great storytelling track about just some of the relationships he had growing up between his father, his aunt, and the how it was like in the hood that he was in, and how life really isn't fair at times. But eventually everyone gets dealt the hand that's coming to them when they haven't been the greatest to others. And Bob Boat really goes back to some of the times he had growing up near a amusement park where a lot of important memories happened. Some of his family, I believe, losing his virginity there, first getting introduced to drinking there, and just trying to go out and have a good time. And that also has a J. Cole feature, which also was really great. Him talking about his experience growing up and wishing he had a place like the Bob Lowe Park to have a place to escape to. Legendary, definitely a little bit more of a now sounding beat, and the thing is just talking about wanting to become legendary, since growing up as an MC, wanting to become legendary with the skill, which I would definitely say he is. And also just talking about the choices that he makes in life. You like being able to say no to the girls that may want to throw themselves at him when he has himself a wife and kids, and being able to turn them down. He's like, being able to turn that down, that makes me legendary. That like reevaluating kind of your goals. What is it that makes you a legend? Then you get the Summer on Lock, and Mug is so hard. One of my favorites. It just brings me back to like the kind of like the mainstream hits that I grew up listening to. Like the Mug goes hard. It has Jada Kiss and Pusha T on it, and boy, Mug just makes you want to go like, yeah. And Mug is just talking about having holding things down, especially for your family and friends that you end up getting in trouble with the law and stuff like that, and being able to take care of the family's needs as much as possible to have it ready for them when they come back. Mug is dope. Love that chunk. Then Amazing is another great track. Just kind of when you end up becoming that legendary person, that becoming the one who made it, and coming back to where you all grow up, you grew up, and just dwelling on the past, like, man, it's crazy to be here and be in a completely different mind state and a different financial state that I used to be, and be able to come back and be heralded as a hero. It's like, man, I remember you. It's amazing that you actually made it out the hood, and you came back and still doing good for us. That's awesome. Man, that's a really great track right there. Outside is another great track, just because it's basically him responding to his son, asking what he's afraid of, and just also so Royce just like really talks about all the different things that happens in the society that actually kind of is troublesome, especially for black youth in America, and just the society that we live in with all the gun violence and discrimination and all those kind of things going on. Power goes into some stories about more about the abuse that happened in his house, and the disrespect that that can't be allowed in a strict household, and how even though some of the discipline that was held in the house may have been a little bit overboard, he actually appreciates the the principle behind the discipline that his father and mother gave him growing up. And Protecting Ryan is a wonderful skit, just talking about how his brother would always try to do the utmost to protect Royce growing up, and even to the extreme where he went to jail for him, and almost not feeling appreciated that he did so much to protect him. So this skit was Royce's way to actually thank him for basically the actions that his brother took on his behalf. It's a strong friend, great song, really dealing with mental health, and everyone has that strong friend that they can lean on and ask to help them to deal with their problems. And it's just saying, hey, even though everyone has that person they can lean on, right? Make sure you always ask how the strong friend is doing as well, because they're going through things as well. And if you're always leaning upon them, who's to help them from breaking down when the load gets too heavy, when everyone else's loads gets too heavy? And really ended up dedicating it to a lot of celebrities as well that have committed suicides due to the pressures that they've dealt with. So really powerful song there, even though it's really short. Anything and everything really deals with the divide between white Americans and black Americans, and the things that basically the way society has been set up, just that the mind states and lifestyles that they're afforded are different, and how it really is really brought down to one of the opening lines about it, that white folks get to think about anything and everything, and black people choose between anything or everything, and just what the values and privileges that are afforded to each one are really discussed here on this track. And I also think it is a really dope track. And then Stay Woke, which I believe is the last track of the non-bonus track version or deluxe version of the album. Stay Woke is an excellent closer, and just some more really dope bars, and really taking home the themes of the entire album. Then you end up also with the bonus track, I believe, First of the Month, with T-Pain and another artist whose name escapes me at the moment. Is really a cool kind of chill like vibe kind of song that you could like play at the party, and just talking about being that when you are on the broker side, when you're waiting for that check to come in on the first of the month to be able to have a good time, get the things you need, and be living good for that little bit until it's time for you need that next check. So just kind of really dwelling on that situation where and the less fortunate parts of life. And then it ends with the Caterpillar remix with Logic that I talked about before. So yeah, overall, really, really, really dope project. A lot of great rhyming, even some really really good singing from Royce, and then of course a lot of other featured singers, especially female vocalists that did a wonderful job. Really dope to hear Robert Glasper on Outside and Marsha along with Marsha Ambrosius. It, it's man, it whole project is mad ill. Great experience. Um, on repeat listens, you may have to take out some of the skits if you don't want to go through listening to those again. But for me, it's been fine. I've been just playing it nonstop ever since it came out. Like I was trying to listen, like after I listened to it once, because once it came out, I was like, I'm gonna listen to this because I know it's gonna be mad dope, and it was. And then I tried to listen out to some of the other projects that came out this past weekend, and and then I was like, dang. I don't want to listen to this anymore because I want to listen to Book of Ryan again, and so I've been stuck on that mug. The only thing that's been able to really pull me away from Book of Ryan is This Is America, so by Childish Gambino. So, and that's gotta say something for the project. It's mad dope, and I recommend anybody who loves some good hip hop to check this mug out. Check it out, cause it's a masterpiece. Truly is a masterpiece, in my opinion. But that's it for me. So much love, peace.